And we are back. This me talk show. We welcome you. I'm Dennis, the host, and my guest today with my panelists. Some of my panelists have got some issues, but they will join us next Saturday. Uh, we are going to introduce ourselves because we are late. Then we'll continue with the topic of today. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good evening our viewers, wherever you're watching from. Thanks for tuning in. We are back again on Wednesday Talk Show. This is me talking. My name is Lgbti. Thank you so much.
I greet you, our viewers. I'm Vincent Mugera. I'm glad to serve you through this program this evening. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Naskunda Valentine as usual. Thank you for tuning in to watch our program. Hi everyone, welcome back to our show. This is Me Talk Show. My name is Lillian, your guest for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share.
Thank you very much. Today's topic is about education initiatives. We are going to discuss a lot. We are going to highlight the programs and initiatives aimed at educating schools, workplaces, and communities about LGBTQI issues, fostering inclusivity and understanding. So, my panelists are going to give us what they are thinking. They are going to give us the opinions that they think can be put in place, like in schools, to workplaces, in companies, to see that at least LGBTQ they also receive equal rights. Thank you.
Good evening once more. It is so sad and actually sounding bad that throughout the world, LGBTQ community has not yet been accepted fully within different communities, and many people are still considering the LGBTQ community members as excluding them from the community. So within that, this thing, to me, I see it as it starts mostly from the education, whereby it is still people are from the schools. Students are not perceiving each other, are not welcoming each other. And this is where I'm bringing this point that there should be changes in education system, whereby governments should introduce new syllabus within the education, and when they teach about rights of different people, like we have learned right from back through the years, the rights of children have their rights, females have their rights. So they should also introduce, they should let the public right from that younger stage where students are studying, they should introduce that there is another sexual orientation as LGBTQ community is concerned, which should be recognized in schools. So once it is introduced among the students, that's where it starts getting in their mind. So as one leaves the school, goes to the public or to where they live, he will still have it in mind that LGBTQ members are there. I suggest that within schools there should be programs such as in sports within the schools, where they can introduce programs like maybe there are groups supporting groups of LGBTQ in schools, or those supporting, and they have matches like in sports. They have football, they have volleyball, they have basketball, when they are groups. Such act can really bring tension, can catch people's students' tension. And students, of course, those are the citizens of tomorrow. They are the ones who grow up and make impacts in the countries. So such programs should be introduced within schools, and I'm sure it can be helpful to the public in the schools. And also, since it is still there that within the schools and the education system, there are still teachers, head teachers, and even students themselves who are against the LGBTQ community. Once they hear that someone belongs to such community, they start looking at him or her in another different dimension. So my suggestion is that the schools should understand the rights of LGBTQ community and introduce and set up measures in schools whereby once a student bullies or tries to tease the fellow student for being and for belonging to LGBTQ community, such students should be punished. The same way he or she will be punished when he has bullied a female, has bullied a male. So it can be when he has bullied someone belonging to LGBTQ community. This will arouse the positive mind in the students that LGBTQ is also a community. They are also members to be considered, and we all live in the same community as we all struggle for the well-being of the whole community and our beings. We will talk more. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent. Also, we are going to have Valentine also to give us his opinions about today's topic.
Thank you, Dennis, for this opportunity that you've given to me to speak about today's topic. About today's topic, I have a certain point. It's all about community outreach and support. I urge you all the people who may have access or who may have the ability, who may be able to advocate, to reach out to their communities and communicate on the behalf of the LGBT community, to communicate and support the LGBTQ. The support should be initially through advocacy, whereby they should advocate for everyone that needs support from the LGBTQ. There should also be sensitization where everyone should be sensitized to get to know more about the LGBTQ. There should be how do they call this, conferences. There should be different things put in place, like advertising, doing different ceremonies that show the good side of the LGBTQ. Because most especially people that do those that do act up on LGBT, they are always acting up against LGBT. They are always bringing out the negative side. They think that LGBT is harmful. But if there comes out someone or organizations that are willing to talk on the behalf of the LGBT to the community through supporting them, bringing them to participate in different activities, putting on shows, workshops, and more other things that interact or include LGBTQ people, and people will be seeing another different view, another positive view of us, that we are of no harm, that we can live in peace and harmony with anyone. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Valentine. Also, I'm also still insisting on, please, whenever you're watching this, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and don't forget to comment so that we can move together. Also, we will welcome the channel to give us what it is.
Thank you so much, our host, Dennis. Today's topic is a really wonderful topic in a way that our colleagues have already talked about some other points. Me too, I'm going to talk about another point. For me, I'll talk about the social economic well-being. Like my first panelist talked about like academic well-being of the LGBT community. You find like there are so many people like after school, you've graduated, you performed well, because like in the LGBT community, it doesn't matter, because if at all you performed, you've excelled in each and everything. At the end of it all, you have to come out of school and come out and meet the world. So at the end of it all, you find like you have to see how you can survive within the world. But in a socio-economic well-being, you find like the LGBT community are being limited to such kind of life in a way that if at all their jobs which are there are being advertised outside there, you find like some of them are being, they face hiring discrimination during interviews, because once someone gets to know that you're a gay person, you're a lesbian, you're transgender, maybe you're queer, and maybe you belong to the LGBT community, they will discriminate you in a way that if at all you had that opportunity and you excelled well from the academic that you had earlier before, you'll find like you'll be left out, or an opportunity will be given to someone who is heterosexual and who will not even be able to perform with their expectation in the job. So you'll find like all those LGBT, actually the government at least should prioritize maybe equality, maybe and gender balance in terms of like employment or in terms of recruitment. So that if at all the LGBT community are also there, they should also benefit irrespective of their gender orientation, maybe gender sexual orientation, and they should also be given that opportunity. So you find for them they totally out, they are not included in such programs whereby if at all they want to develop themselves, because not all of them they come from well-off families. Not all of them are able to survive without jobs. They are not. Like even some of us here, like we cannot survive. We are here seeking for asylum, but find life is hard. But if at all there was that opportunity whereby we are given an opportunity to work, to work, at least we would be somewhere. At least we would be like enjoying life where we are. At least we would be stress-free from all that trauma. So you find like that social well-being is not really recognized in the society for the LGBT. So you find even if you are an LGBT person and you have maybe some innovative program, like you've done something, like you've studied and you've qualified maybe in a certain actually in a certain program, you find like you cannot bring out an idea, because first of all people will look at you as if you're a person who doesn't like who is mentally ill. So at the end of it all, you'll be left out. If someone has an idea that will maybe make the count, actually that will develop the community where it is, you'll find that person remain with that idea. So that idea will not be shared with any other person. So you will find like you'll be limited to express himself anywhere. So at the end of it all, you find like actually the government itself, however much it will see, maybe the government or any organization will look at it like as if maybe like they are penalizing that person, but at the end of it, they are losing someone who would have added something to their programs, or maybe to add the country maybe to a certain to a certain extent, but that person has been left out. So at the end of it all, it doesn't make any sense maybe to that person will feel actually out of society, will feel out of place, and then that person will be left out because that opportunity has passed him. So another thing, maybe I will talk about economic prosperity. LGBT people actually, them being inclusive in government programs, it really boosts the economy of the country, because if at all they are there, and they are able to perform in schools. They are able to come out with some innovative ideas. They are not discriminated. You find like if at all like the country works hand in hand with maybe organization that support the LGBTQ community, you find like the country will economically prosper, because now you find there will be a lot of funds coming in from those funders who are really interested in this group. They will fund the country, and at the end of it all, it will not only benefit them, it will also benefit the country in terms of the GDP. So if at all the government if at all the government is planning, at least they should also plan for this other community, the key population that is within the society, so that at least even then they will also be included in each and every program that comes up, right, that comes up to help the society where they are living, and also helping out the heterosexual, because even those people that are not different from us, if us we are able to do each and every kind of job that is there, then why should people eliminate us? Why should they discriminate us? So you find it is also another challenge that they face. Even they face another challenge of low wages. Even part-time jobs, they are not given that opportunity. Yet they have the capacity. They have each and everything maybe to be done. They have all the qualifications, but because of the challenges they face as a result of their sexual orientation, you find they are left out and they are unable to fit in such certain programs that do occur within the country or within certain organizations that at least they will play a meaningful ideas, or maybe bring a prosperity in that organization. But at the end of it all, if at all they are discriminated, they will be left out. So I would love to stop here so that maybe our colleagues can also adapt something.
Thank you very much, Gaetano. As you have said, as you have heard, please, most you on it, please don't forget to subscribe, to comment, and like. I'm also inviting my guest of today, though she has been appearing on HTV, but she always comes in as a guest. So she's also going to give us her opinions about today's topic, the education initiative in our community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our host. It's Lillian once again. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. So basically, for me, I'm going to talk about the workplace diversity and inclusion of LGBTI. By this, it's an aspect where of creating a safe environment for LGBTI in their workplaces, whereby they feel safe, respected, and given value. So by this, they should implement discrimination policies, non-discrimination policies in workplaces that prohibit the discrimination depending on the sexual orientation, whereby anyone can go in whatever company and ask for a job and be hired and be promoted and be given benefits in workplaces. Another thing, I'm going to talk about supportive benefits and policies in workplaces. Let them not put out like the LGBTI people in workplaces and not be given the benefits. They should be given benefits such as health benefits in workplaces to reduce the discrimination rates. Another thing I'll talk about, the physical support from leadership. I think in most workplaces, they should implement that thing of supporting LGBTI. The leaders of such companies, they should support LGBTI in such a way that an LGBTI can be put out into the workplace. If let me say a trans, I can come to a workplace with my identity without hiding it. Most people, even if most trans people, when they're given jobs, they don't pull out what they are, because that would be a discrimination within them. So most trans, they come out with a certain thing. They don't dress up like the way they're supposed to dress up. let's say they are given that job, a job, they don't come up like who they are. So there should be a support from the leaders of such a company, managers, to give them that how should I call it, the flexibility to bring out who they are in company, the freedom to bring out who they are in companies, instead of, if I'm a trans, I have to dress up like this because I have to keep this in the company so that I don't be discriminated, I don't be like cut on the benefits, such things. Thank you. That's my word.
Thank you very much. Sorry, we are going to break up for a short commercial break, then we shall come back. But please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and comment. Thank you.
Baby, love me better. We gon' be together. Any kind of weather. I will buy you Gucci and Prada. Them the hate, baby, don't mind them. I'm happy with you, independent. I'm in your kingdom. Baby, take me as I am. Cause I love you all today. I love you every day. I love you every today. Oh. I love you every day. Baby, I love you all today. I love you every day. I love you all today. Oh. I love you every day. Yeah. My baby love me, I know. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Ain't nobody got that sweeter love. Yeah, baby got sweeter love. Yeah, my girl pretty so. Don't nobody look so pretty so. Yeah, baby pretty so. Yeah. I love you every day. I love you today. Oh, I love you every day. Baby, I love you today. I love you every day. I love you today. Oh, I love you every day. Yeah, baby dancer, baby move, hold your body, baby dancer, baby move, go down, baby dancer, baby move, hold your body, other dancer, baby dancer. I love you all today. I love you every day. I love you all today. Oh, I love you all today. Baby, I love you all today. I love you every day. I love you all today. Oh, I love you every day. Yeah, baby, love me better. We gon' be together. Any kind of weather. I will buy you Gucci and Prada. Them the hate, baby, don't mind them. I'm happy with you, independent. I'm in your kingdom. Baby, take me as I am. Baby, I love you today. I love you every day. I love you today. Oh, I love you every day. Baby, I love you today. I love you every day. I love you today. Oh, I love you every day. Yeah.
I've those that we have given out today from my panelists and my guests. What I can add on, though we have some of organizations have done their best to at least do advocacy, do sensitization, and everything, like at least to make like put an awareness in the society about the LGBTQI. But I think they have been doing this thing illegally. It hasn't been legal, like at least they can conduct everything, because whenever they conduct such a things like projects, workshops, they conduct these things not at least inviting the other side of the society. They just conduct these things just within the community, not at least to put an awareness to other society that at least can understand us very well. So we are also coming back with the same topic, and my panelists are going to add more on what they have said. Then we shall wind up our show today. Thank you.
Thank you once more. I'll still clarify more about education. You know, everything starts with education according to my understanding. You see, when we are in schools, you get friends, you get fellow students who become friends and benefit in the future. And these are the same people you go to when some may get employed and become company managers, CEOs, all lead different organizations, and they are the people we go to when we know them that they were our OGs. So that's why I'm putting much emphasis on education. I think we need a fair world where LGBTQ members or community should be understood equally to the rest of the community. The same heterosexual group is understood, so it should be to LGBTQ community. In different schools, actually, commonly schools, especially here in Africa, once a student is discovered that she belongs to LGBTQ community, is a gay, she's a lesbian, such a student is even expelled from school. So you see how it is a sickness that is in people's minds. It has really consumed their mind that LGBTQ is evil, which is not good. I don't know where they base to introduce such judgments, but it is not fair. So to me, I think here I talk to the teachers, head teachers, and all people responsible for schools, the directors of the schools. Once they learn that someone belongs to LGBTQ community in the school, I think first of all they should bring the student close. They should understand the student. They should make friendship with the student and show them the love, because teachers in schools, they are parents. We consider them to be our parents to all students. For us, when we are in that stage of studying, we are children, and teacher are our parents at school. They are considered our parents. So as teacher should not consider one group and undermine the other group. He should not discriminate between children. So I think there should be that smooth relationship to be created within students, such that in the near future, the same students will be having that smart mind where they understand the LGBTQ community, that they are also a fair and nice group of people who need to enjoy the same rights within our community. We all share the same nationalities, we share the same residences, same areas, and so we need to enjoy our countries, we need to enjoy our rights, we need to enjoy our equal rights, everything as citizens of the country. So such things should be really considered a lot in schools. Students, I know there are different students who are watching. I urge you students, please stop discriminating your fellow LGBTQ students in school. You never know where you'll find someone tomorrow. You are discriminating one today, tomorrow you'll find him when he's the CEO leading a very big organization, and you start saying that I humbly applied. I think you can imagine. You will actually feel ashamed, and you will still have that burden in your heart that I used to undermine this guy. I talked a lot against him. You see, so it is not good. More so, I'll also talk to my fellow LGBTQ students. Once you are in school, you are a gay, you are a lesbian, I'll also talk to you right now. You should also start creating smooth relationship with this other group of people. Uh, you know, there is this tendency whereby you start looking for your fellow gay, your fellow lesbian, such that you can bond. I don't blame you much because it's where you feel much safe, but you should start feeling free with these other groups and also behave well to show them that we are a fair people, we are good, we are open-minded, our minds are different from them. We don't discriminate any, you don't abuse, you don't take any advantage against anyone. So I think that should be done in education. And then I'll also talk to people who support different students. There are programs in schools whereby you find that students who are orphans, they are sponsored in education. There are schools where they sponsor girls. There are schools where they sponsor those students who have performed well, better than others. In such a way, I suggest that to whoever it may concern, there should be an initiative in schools whereby they can start rewarding LGBTQ members who have managed to come up in education, to show that it is also a unique group in the world that should be considered. This will also arouse people's minds, and they will start thinking that, yeah, they'll start perceiving that it's really a group and it's nice and should be respected worldwide. I put much emphasis here in Africa because it's where people are still not yet informed about LGBTQ community rights. So education systems should be revised concerning LGBTQ community, and that will create a smooth relationship with the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vincent. We are still on education initiative in the LGBT community. True what he has said, but the issue is still here in Africa. Maybe in some other countries, other continents, yes, but mostly here in Africa, because Africa, for them, they are that much in culture and all those things. But when we start looking into this thing, sometimes you find that also culture has no connection with this. So culture has no connection with my feelings. Let me also invite my another panelist also to discuss with us.
Thank you, Dennis, for this more other opportunity to clarify more about today's topic. My point today was about community outreach and support. So in this category, I want to talk about counseling and support services. I urge all the organizations and individuals that are capable of extending counseling and any kind of support in terms of basic needs, hospital treatments, medical treatments, like school support and all that kind of things, so that they should be able to help out the LGBT community, because we find ourselves in a difficult condition, because most especially in different things we are denied access to them, like access to schooling, to school in nice schools, access to have that good education, access to have the best medication because of our gender orientation, our sex orientation. We also find different uh, we can get traumatized because of how we are treated within the community, that we are not, most especially we are not put or included in different activities that do take place in places or in communities where we do live. So I urge everyone that could be able to help and support LGBTQ in terms of anything academically or in education wise, medical wise, providing with food, because it's so difficult for one to get something to eat since you don't work. Now I'm giving an example here where we do stay in the transit centers, us as refugees, asylum seekers, because we are not allowed to work and yet we have to survive. And more, if we can say, okay, the support that we get from the UN, it's very little according to the time we spend and the kind of the money, that little money that they do give us in a specific time, because they can give us like a very little money after like 3 months, of which even if that money is given out to you, it will do nothing. You already have debts, you need to eat, you need to take medication, you need to put on clothes, things like that. And this counseling that I'm talking about is because we pass through a lot. We are psychologically tortured. We are mentally tortured. That's also psychological. We are physically tortured because you can be attacked anytime. Like here, we have this history of whereby they find you putting on the clothes, like the way you feel like you're contented with that, and they were when you go outside in the community, like you want to go to the shop to buy something, they will attack you wanting to know your real gender. And they are like, you're dressing up like a man, but you're a girl. What are you? Things like that. So we feel insecure, but we need that counseling, because when such a thing comes out or happens, you will feel like you're traumatized. You feel like you don't feel safe in that place. So we would like to have such kind of counseling and being attended to in terms of medication, physical and mental, how do they say it, counseling, so that at least we can know how to survive, instead of thinking of about doing illegal things like taking drugs or excuse me, wanting to take our lives through suicide and all the other things. So those are my opinions today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Valentine, for such. I think, yeah, it is really serious when it comes to trying to arouse people's minds, to develop people's minds, and I think what I can also add on to sensitizing the public towards positive minds to LGBTQ community. I always see people branding their products of at a certain ceremonies. You find that people are branding, people are advertising, people are putting their products. I call to people who are concerned, different organizations supporting LGBTQ community here in Africa. I'll not mention one country, but any country in Africa. Though I'm in Zambia now, but I come from Uganda. So if at a certain point where there are ceremonies, people should also put posts, should also include the posts of the advertising LGBTQs and good ideas, good intentions of the group, so that the public should get used to the ideas, to the current ideas that are of well-being of our community and the community at large. So this goes to, I send this to those who are leading big organizations and those who usually have shows, those like people who participate in modeling such acts. LGBTQ members should be included, such that everyone in your different capacities, you should learn and understand well about LGBTQ community. LGBTQ community is not a bad community. We are friendly, we are cooperative, only that most of the public, most of people just have a biased mind, stories which they have heard from other people, but they have not experienced. So people, wherever you are, whoever is watching, if you belong to a heterosexual group, thank you. We thank you for following our program, and I understand, and I'm sure you will get to know more about the concerns and the goodness of LGBTQ community. I thank you. My name is Vincent.
Thank you so much, our panelists, for the views and maybe the opinions you've shared with our viewers. Me too, I would love also to supplement on my point of social economic well-being. I think maybe socio-economic well-being mostly depends on, for someone to have a better life, it depends on the kind of job that you are doing. So if I tell you employed and you find like maybe the wages, maybe the salary that you're receiving is not enough for you, I think you will have to maybe resign from that job, or maybe you ask for another job, maybe whereby you could be able to work out in a job whereby you are working out like a part-time, as so that you can increase your payment, maybe you can increase your salary. So maybe what I could talk about that would be like, I will give an example like me when I was still in Uganda. I used to work with the Rakai Health Science Program. Actually it was an organization that deals with the key population mainly, but I also had an opportunity to work with a certain medical clinic whereby at least I would balance my time in a way that at least I want to add my salary to a certain extent, whereby I'm also happy in the heart that at least that maybe the salary that I'm receiving, it's enough for me, it's able to sustain my basic needs of life. Because we have so many things that come up. We have emergencies, we have basic needs of life, we have like family support. So at the end of it all, like you find like if at all the job that you're doing is not able to sustain all those things, at least you have to look for other opportunities at somewhere. So I think maybe with employers who always employ us, at least you should give that opportunity to the LGBT community, because by then, if people got to know that maybe I belong to the LGBT community, they wouldn't have given me that opportunity. But since I had to keep quiet and maybe like to play it cool, maybe to keep a low profile, I was able to survive. I was able to manage each and everything. These LGBT people, they are, as my colleagues have talked about, like they are friendly people. They have good relationships with the heterosexual community. But because if at all someone gets to know that maybe you belong to the LGBT community, you'll be denied opportunities, you'll be denied chances. Whereby if at all you have to, because this world is a world of whereby you have to hustle to see how you can have a well-being in life, to see how you can maybe attain your goals. So I cannot attain my goals maybe with only one job. If there's another opportunity outside there, I will also have to grab it. But if people, maybe the community where I should not discriminate me in terms of employment, at least you give me all the equal opportunities other people also what receive, because we all need to build up the country together. We all need to build up the economy together. So you cannot only build the economy on one side, because what I know, even like way back in Uganda where I was, there's a certain organization whereby the money that was used to come, I will not mention that organization, but that organization where I used to work, it was mostly funded by the gay community, the LGBT community. So you find like this, but if you try to make a research and maybe find out like maybe how many people that belong to the LGBT community are employed, you find there are only few people, but the most percentage they belong to the heterosexual community. So why wouldn't there be a balance? Since even the money that we used to fund every program within the organization used to come from the LGBT community, why don't you give like maybe a high percentage to those people, to the key population that at least should also benefit rather than the heterosexual community? Because at the end of it, you'll find like even the few who are there, they are being discriminated in the organization. Because I know, actually there are people whom we used to work with. So long as they get to know that you belong to the LGBT community, it's only when you have to keep a low profile. But if not, you are not even employed, you are not even given other benefits like other people. So you find these other heterosexual community, they are benefiting more. So I think the government should emphasize more on actually on equality amongst maybe like the job opportunities. Because now if I told you leave out others, where do you want them to feed from? Where do you want them to get support from? They have nowhere to go. Because if at all if I'm given that opportunity to work, I will be able to support my family. I will be able to support my friends around. I will be able even to support any other. Actually, I will be able to support a colleague that belongs to the same community as me, and that person will also have an opportunity. You'll have even a line whereby at least if I'm to pull one, I will pull the rest. At least will also what be part of the community. So at least the government should be able to maybe to emphasize on that, so that like people can benefit from each and everything. So I would love to stop here so that others can also speak.
Thank you very much. I'm also going to, we are sorry, power has gone, and it's already night here, so we are going to finish up our show today. But the main thing that me personally I would like to share about is when it comes to sports, at least I would like at least to see, because we have seen that the women football. So at least I would love to see at least the male netball, so that at least we balance, so that at least also the LGBT community can also, because we have male that can really play netball nicely and more than females. So at least at least we at least we should at least see that thing coming up. So instead of seeing a lot of female sports club coming out. Let us also see the male netball clubs also coming out. And thank you for today's show. And we really appreciate you and see you on Saturday. Thank you.